Action Research Multimedia Presentation by Ashley Young. My problem statement. My unique perspective on the world as an optimistic dreamer is inspired by the work of Albert Einstein, Napoleon Hill, Shawn Achor, Bob Proctor, Eckhart Tolle, and Brian Tracy. All with the common belief that our thoughts are the only thing that we can control, and these inner thoughts shape our world around us. Through the process of our inner thoughts, we develop a self-concept and a set of preconceived boundaries for ourselves in all areas of life. What attitudes and our mindset towards something directly affects our experience, and with a simple shift of our mindset, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. You are what you think. Statement of the research problem. As observed in several classroom settings over a 6-week interval, it is apparent that children are too quick to throw in the towel when they struggle in their work. They lack the motivation to persevere through a challenge because they simply think, I can't, or I'm not good. And that's just the way it is, and they are afraid to fail. Therefore, much of the teacher's time is spent prompting students to push through their mental blocks and continue to work through the task. It needs to be brought to young learners' attention that whether they think they can or they can't, they are right. Their own thoughts, words, and mindset control their outcome. We have the power to shape our minds, intelligences, skills, and life. This leads to our research question. What classroom strategies are most effective to foster a growth mindset in students? For this research plan, several definitions will need to be discussed, including growth mindset, a specific scientifically proven belief that we can grow and develop our intelligence and abilities. Fixed mindset, a belief that one's capabilities and intelligence is preset. Self-concept, an idea of the self constructed from the beliefs one holds about oneself and the response of others. Affirmation, powerful positive words spoken about the self which work towards our benefit and cultivate our highest good. Priming, exposure to one stimulus to influence the response of another. Literature summary. This case study investigated the impact of positive psychology interventions, targeting intentional activities, on seventh graders' mental health to note changes in their subjective well-being. Throughout the research presented, it stated that individuals' happiness levels are affected by factors that fall into 3 categories: genetic, life circumstances, and intentional activities. Positive psychology intervention strategies that were used aimed to increase students' gratitude, acts of kindness, use of signature strengths, savoring our positive experiences, optimism, and goal-directed thinking. The following strategies were used: daily journaling about things for which one is grateful for, carrying out a gratitude visit to express the appreciation to someone who had been particularly helpful, savoring, which is focusing on and appreciating positive events and experiences. This focused on 4th graders' willingness and ability to work through tough and complex tasks. It focused on evaluating students to determine if they had a fixed or a growth mindset. The study found that young students have the ability to transform their mindset if they want to. In this study, it was found that key factors in the success of students in both the school environment and later in life is a mindset focused on growth and the process of learning. A key concept of a growth mindset that must be taught is that the brain is malleable, and humans are able to change their own brain. There must be a belief in the ability of the brain to change as one encounters new learning experiences. The study also showed that language spoken in the classroom, emphasizing the process of learning over the product, and students' effort and strategies over the ability, has shown to affect students' perspectives, motivation, and engagement in levels in positive ways. This book positive thoughts and how they broaden the amount of possibilities we process, making us more thoughtful, creative, and open to new ideas. A quick burst of positive emotions doesn't just broaden our cognitive capacity. It also provides a quick and powerful antidote to stress and anxiety, which in turn improves our focus and our ability to function at our best level. Mental construction of our daily activities, more than the activity itself, defines our reality. Therefore, how we perceive something in our minds directly reflects the outcome. Years of research has shown that a specific and concerted focus on your strengths during a difficult task produces the best results. Carol Dweck found that people can be split into two categories, fixed versus a growth mindset. My research plan and data sources. A pre-assessment survey with each student will be conducted using a student-friendly multiple intelligences survey to determine students' multiple intelligences strengths and areas of improvement. Anecdotal records and video recordings will be used to record exactly what is happening in a specific context. Certain look-fors will be assessed, including on and off-task behavior, certain performance skills such as perseverance, cooperation, students' attitudes and problem-solving skills, and the level of involvement. Video recorded student interviews will be used as a means of verbal conversation about the students' attitudes, thoughts, and feelings towards their performance in the group challenge. Some questions that might be asked will be, how did you feel going into the activity when it was first being introduced versus after the positive priming lines on? How did you see yourself doing in the challenge versus how you actually performed in the challenge? At a later time, videos will be reviewed and analyzed using a checklist and rating scale. The checklist will consist of 8 to 10 look-for statements and include several rating scales on a 5-point scale. Student-completed attitude rating scale and checklist will document students' feelings and attitudes, self-expectations toward the task, ahead of the task and after the positive priming lines on. The checklist will also be completed after the group challenge. These data collection methods will be introduced to the students as follows. First, the group challenge will be introduced and explained. Students will then complete their first attitude rating scale to get students' expectations and thoughts towards completing the challenge. The positive priming minds on will then be established and completed with students. After that, they will complete their second attitude rating scale to get students' expectations and thoughts towards completing the challenge after the positive priming. The group challenge activity will then be completed. After that is finished, students will complete an individual checklist of 8 to 10 yes or no statements at the end of the class. Overview. Over a 5-week period, once a week, during a 120-minute language block, students will participate in group challenge activities. These challenges will be activities that will require students to work together, use their minds, and persevere through tough tasks. In 5 groups, a class of 20 students will work through challenges that are focused on several multiple intelligences strengths. Before completing these challenges, students will be exposed to a different positive priming minds-on activity. Through observation and student opinion, the goal is to determine the most effective strategies to foster a growth mindset among students. Positive priming minds-on activities that will be used to foster a growth mindset include gratitude journals, signature strength affirmations, specific growth mindset lesson, positive priming laughter, and compliments rounds. Triangulation, validity, and reliability. Anecdotal notes describe specific situations through professional lens, based on specific look-fors. Student opinion verbally and written as a means of data collection. Video recordings of students' activity and interviews will provide an additional perspective to collecting data. The 5-week study is a consistent process and is a consistent data collection methods. Video recordings capture raw classroom footage, data collection rotation allows for teacher focus on specific students, and every student is evaluated through every data collection method. By reviewing, analyzing, and synthesizing the data collected over a 5-week period, students will be assessed to determine if they have a fixed or a growth mindset within each week. To make this assessment, there will be several data sources to look at. Things to be taken into consideration will be the positive priming activity and factors to be influenced on determining their identification is the group challenge multiple intelligence focus, the student's individual intelligence strength, and the student's rating scale and checklist. Grade 5 students will participate in this at Joshua Creek Public School in a classroom setting. The study will be conducted over a 5-week period, once a week, during a 120-minute language block. Data collection will be during a 40-minute time frame, which students will be completing their group challenge activities. My research plan and data collection procedures. Rotation schedule of video recording, observation, and anecdotal notes and interviews will be held over a 5-week time period. The teacher will be collecting data on 3 different groups each week during the 40-minute time frame allotted to complete the group challenge. This rotation schedule allows for the teacher to focus on one small group at a time. Each group experiences all 3 data collection strategies, and several groups in a week complete the challenge completely independently. Also, students' interviews will be needed to be conducted a few minutes after class, likely running into break times. To ensure that privacy and confidentiality are maintained for participants, video recordings will be protected on an iPad using a password, and we will refer to students in data collection documentation by number. This will be determined by the placement on the attendance. Closure. The power of mindset. Students' emotional readiness plus their mindset and self-esteem equals student success or failure. Whether a student thinks they can or they can't, they are right. Thank you.